What up, troopers? We're back at it again with another podcast. Today we're going to be talking about why it's important to vote. It's Alex and Divine, and let's get right into it. The first question we have today is, why is it important to vote?
There's many reasons why it's important to vote, like change. Voting is a powerful way to bring change. If there's any issues you care about and want to change, voting for the people who support your views can help address those issues. Okay, next question. Do you think voting for someone specific helps?
I think voting for someone specific helps because it makes them accountable to you. If they know they have support, they are more likely to work hard to meet their promises and expectations. The third question is, how are votes counted and verified?
Votes are counted and verified through a secure process. After casting votes, it is collected, verified, counted by machines at holding stations. For the fourth question, how does my vote impact local and national elections?
Your vote helps decide who represents you in your local government and in national positions. Every vote contributes to the overall outcome. The fifth and final question is, what happens if the previous president keeps getting reelected?
Presidents can only be elected to 2 terms in office. If they serve their 2 terms, they can't run for re-election again.
So that's it for today's podcast. Make sure you guys vote. It's very important. I hope this helped a lot.
Troopers out.
If people under 30 voted like 60-year-olds, the government would actually start paying attention to what matters to us. Young people should vote to make sure our voices are heard and help shape the future we want. Voting lets us bring fresh ideas to the table, use our right to make a difference, and set an example for others to get involved. You can register to vote online or in person at your local DMV, post office, or by going to canivote.org for more info. The next election is coming up, so stay ready for November 5th, 2024. It depends on the election, but you might vote for the president, senators, local officials, or even on laws and policies that affect your community. Minimum wage increase, Prop 32. Ban on forced prison labor, Prop 6. Rent control expansion, Prop 33. You can get your voice heard on these issues and more on November 5th.
Voting is important because it gives you a say on important issues that can affect you on a personal level. Without voting, you are giving other people the chance to represent you and your community. Elections can be called at short notice, so if you don't register in time, you won't be able to vote. A lot of people vote. All votes matter in the end. The real importance of voting is the matter of putting someone who you trust in power.
Hello everyone, today I want to talk to you about why it's so important for young people to vote. Here are 5 reasons why you should definitely make your voice heard. Number 1, shape your future. Voting gives you the power to influence decisions that will affect your future, from educational policies to job opportunities. Number 2, representation matters. Young people have a unique perspectives and needs. By voting, you ensure that your interests are represented in the government. Number 3, holding leaders accountable. Voting is a way to hold elected officials accountable for their actions and promises. If they don't deliver, you have the power to vote them out. Number 4, civic duties. Voting is a fundamental part of the democracy. It's not just a right, but it's a responsibility to contribute to the society you live in. Number 5, voice for change. Many significant movements and changes in history started with young people. Your vote can be the catalyst for the change you want to see. So where can you vote? You can vote at your local polling stations, which you can find by checking your local government websites by using online tools like vote.org. when is the next election? The next general election is on November 5th, 2024. Mark your calendars. What will you be voting on this election? You'll be voting for the president, members of Congress, and various local officials and positions that directly impact your community. So get registered, stay informed, and make sure you get your vote out. Your voice matters.
You see, at Studio 4, we're like a home away from home. And, this is why I have this do-rag on. It's actually a good environment, honest. And in this environment, we got taught government, and I'm for voting. It's the mechanism for change. Silence is agreement. It holds leaders accountable. You're leading by example for your peers. And lastly, can't stress this enough, we shape our future. Now, I understand that sometimes it might take time. It might take 5 to 10 years for actual change to happen, but the fact that you voted, that's perfect. All right. And then so I'm going to let some other kids talk about are they voting or not. And yeah, so this is going to be great. So are you voting?
Yes.
Do you like the candidates that's running?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to vote in your community as well?
Yes, I'm going to vote for my community as well. We need to make a change.
That's beautiful. Thank you. All right, so are you voting? And look at the camera. Why aren't you voting?
Because this country.
You could be a part of the change. You realize that.
I'd rather not.
Are you voting?
No.
Why aren't you voting?
To be honest, I'm not really a political person, so I don't really feel like I'm qualified enough to even have an opinion on certain political issues.
See, that's where you're wrong, young man. All you got to do is just do some research. Are you voting?
Yes, I'm voting because local things that we vote on are things that we can control and affect our community. So I'm doing that, and I'm encouraging my students to do that as well.
So I want to encourage you to go out and vote. It takes one person. And if you need somebody to be with you, I'm with you. I'm supporting you. And if you have any questions, ask Google. Hello. But yeah, I'm out.
I'm not voting.
You're not voting?
No.
Why?
Because everything sucks. The presidents, they not what I want. They
You don't like either of the options?
No.
Well, you're voting on other things besides just the president. There are
I already looked through the ballot. The whole thing, already scammed through it. I was prepared, but I'm not doing it. Everything just, it don't match with what I want.
What else do I say?
Today I'm going to be talking about empowerment of why young people should vote, because it gives us a decision in our lives to vote for our future generations and what could happen next for our future.
I think that the youth should vote because it would leave a long-term impact on our future and how it shapes our society. With the youth voting, it would give a lot of voices to those who haven't voted already and have stuff to say instead of just complaining about it all day.
When young people vote, it can encourage and motivate others like your family, friends, or people who are just close to you. It can get them involved to voting, making a change for your future and other people's futures. Just like your kids, yourselves, or where they live.
Voting is crucial because it empowers individuals to participate in the commissary, ensures reputation, holds officials accountable, and influence policy, preserves democratic intuitions, facilitates social change, and honors historical hysterical struggles for voting rights. And also policy influence, voting impacts, keys, policy areas such as healthcare, education, and economy, allowing citizens to support initiatives and align with their values and needs.
Hey everyone, it's Alberto Garcia here from Antelope Valley YouthBuild, and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why young people should vote in the upcoming elections. First, your vote is your voice. It's how you can make sure your opinions and needs are heard by those in power. Second, voting is a way to influence the future. The decisions made today will affect us for years to come. Third, voting shows that you care about your community and the issues that matter most to you. Fourth, young people have the power to make a huge impact. We are a large portion of the population, and our votes can sway elections. And fifth, voting is a right that many people fought hard for. It's important to honor their struggles by participating in the process. If you are not registered to vote yet, you can do it online at vote.gov or in person at your local DMV or county elections office. The next election is coming up on November 5th, 2024, so make sure you're registered in time. In this election, we will be voting for various positions like the president, members of Congress, and local officials. There will also be important ballot measures and propositions that can affect our daily lives. So get out there, register, and make your voice heard. Thanks for watching, and happy voting.
Why should we vote? It seems that the people of our generation don't realize the difference voting can make for our country or even the world. So in this video, I'm going to list off a few reasons on why I think we as young people especially should vote. We'll start off with advocating for changes at the local level. Local elections are crucial because school boards and state governments control public education funding and curricular. Supporting school board candidates or ballot initiatives that promote equitable education reform can make a direct impact. The next reason is so we can represent the youth of our country. Older generations typically vote at higher rates, meaning policies might benefit their priorities more. When we vote, it ensures that issues relevant to our generation receive attention. Third, we have to ensure accountability. Elected officials pay attention to groups that vote. If young voters consistently participate, leaders will be more likely to cater to their needs, creating policies that reflect their interests. Another reason why even just showing up counts in some cases. A fourth reason is to address educational reform and student debt. Young voters can push for policies that improve education systems, reduce student loan burdens, and increase access to affordable education, things that only affect young voters would benefit from. By voting for candidates and policies that align with our views and issues, we could tackle these problems. The fifth and biggest reason why you should vote, in my opinion, is shaping policies that impact the future. Even more specific, our futures. Us young people are directly affected by issues like climate change, education funding, and employment policies. Voting allows us to influence decisions on these topics and ensure their priorities are addressed. And to add on to that, if you have children, these decisions that are being made are impacting them directly. If us young people don't vote, our priorities might be ignored, as elected officials are more likely to address the interests of those who actively participate in elections. Voting gives young people a say in decisions that will influence the direction of the country for decades, ensuring that policies reflect their needs and values, not just those of older, more consistent voters. If you or someone you may know might be interested in voting in the next presidential election, you could either visit polling places. These are designated locations such as schools, community centers, libraries, or churches open on election day for in-person voting. Or you could also visit election offices. Local county or municipal election offices may allow in-person voting or serve as ballot drop-off locations.
Let the voices of the youth be heard. We going down in history, trying to set up and do something. Ain't no mystery. Yeah, the power's in your hand. Don't let it slip, don't let it fade. This is more than just a game, a revolutionary change.
Every ballot is a bullet for changing the fight, but we gotta go vote, take control, redefine what's right. Go vote. No more sitting back watching our future just slip. We the ones that hold that key. We gon' make it flip like
city to the suburbs, from the west coast to the east coast. Yeah, we the generation. It's our voice that matters most. And we got all the leaders in the making, breaking every little chain. Vote for the shift of the system.
No more playing games. Gotta vote after that. God damn.